Greetings, programs. This is Wretch, and this is probably one of the most eagerly anticipated videos I have ever done. I'll explain here in a minute, but before I get into that, I want to let you guys know that I hope you have a happy Thanksgiving. The video should be coming out on Thanksgiving Day. So if you're prone to celebrate American Thanksgiving, have a happy Turkey Day, guys. Stay safe out there. And let's go ahead and get into the goodness here. So multiple times while streaming or doing videos, I have said that I would really like to try food from other parts of the world, or other countries, other regions of the United States even. Just something kind of out of the realm of the southwestern United States where I'm from. And hearing this, writer Kath, who's been a program on the grid for quite some time, she has commented on the YouTube videos, she's one of the regulars on Twitch chat, she decided to send me a Canadian care package. And when I say a Canadian care package, I'm talking about a huge Canadian care package. This thing was incredibly heavy and is filled to the brim with all kinds of Canadian treats and snacks, and I could not be happier. Thank you so much, Kath, for doing it. I was very overwhelmed on the stream because we unboxed it at the end of one of the Star Wars The Old Republic streams, and I was kind of just overwhelmed by the gesture. It was so cool that someone who had been watching the channel would be willing to do that for me. It's pretty rad for sure. And I think this is gonna go a lot better than the Asian taste test video that I did. Some of the food there was awesome, some of it less so. But from what I'm seeing here, I've been able to isolate one of each kind of food that is within this box, and we're going to try all of them, or I'm going to try all of them. I hope you guys get a chance to try them if they're not regular treats for you. But we're just going to go down the line here, and I'm really looking forward to this, so let's do it. So first up is a candy I believe we have here in the States. It's just under a different packaging, and that is a Mars bar. Now here in the States, I believe a Mars bar is a Milky Way, and I'm not exactly sure why the change in packaging. It may be Mars was copyrighted by another company and they couldn't use it, but it does look like a normal Milky Way. Let's go ahead and give it a taste. Oh yeah, that is definitely a Milky Way. When I was growing up, I do know that there were Mars bars here in the States and Milky Ways, and they sold them in the same store. But I didn't think that there was a difference to them at all. Man, I don't think there is, but still, you can't go wrong with the Milky Way. It's like one of my favorite candies ever. Okay, so for item number 2, we're doing all the mini bars first, and then we have some of the larger bars that we'll be going through and some other stuff. But this is a Cadbury Wunderbar, which is German for wonderful, if you didn't know. And I'm not exactly sure what this is. It's sugar, peanuts. I'm not sure. I'm not a huge fan of peanuts, but I guess it depends on the food. Like I really like Baby Ruth's, but if it's just primarily peanuts, like a Payday, for example, I'm not a big fan. And this looks exactly like a Twix bar. Let's see what we got. Oh wow. So it looks, there's kind of a peanut nougat hybrid in the middle of that, but you would think that it tastes like a Snickers. It actually tastes more like a Reese's peanut butter cup. That is really good. I don't know if they do large versions of this, but I would definitely eat this. This is like a butter. Actually, it kind of reminds me of a Butterfinger, but a softer consistency, but the exact same taste. And I think that's the thing that a lot of people don't like about Butterfinger is what it does like inside your teeth and its consistency. This kind of fixes that problem. So definite props to Wunderbar for sure. So we're shifting gears for the third item, and that is Maynard's Wine Gummies. Now, I have heard of wine gummies. I've seen people eat them in taste test videos before, but I myself, this is kind of a foreign thing down here in the Southwest United States, so I'm kind of curious. One of the things that I really like about all the packaging here for the Canadian food is it comes in English and French, which down here it's usually English and Spanish, so it's nice to see kind of a variation. But let's go ahead and open this up. One of these days, that's gonna tear up my teeth, and I'll deserve every bit of it. It's a resealable package, and it looks like it comes in all kinds of different shapes. So maybe these are the Canadian Jelly Babies, for kind of a comparison. I do know what Jelly Babies taste like. I order those from Amazon every so often, so let's go ahead and just get a handful. Whoa! Whoo! Okay, that smells very pungent. That smells exactly like wine. And we've got different kinds of colors here. And let's go ahead and start with, since these are wine gummies, let's go for red wine. Okay, so these are hard gummies. They're the ones that you can tell you're gonna be chewing on forever. Okay, the red was not bad. Orange. Okay, so these are just basic gummies, except they're more chewy than the average gummy bear. So looking at the ingredients here, it says in bold text, contains no wine. So there's no alcohol in it at all. I figure it wouldn't be. But I guess it might have something to do with the process, how these are made. But these taste just like normal gummy bears. They taste like Haribo. I do like the consistency of these. I like the fact that they're a lot chewier. And they don't get stuck in your teeth nearly as bad as normal gummy bears do. So all in all, I'd have to say that these are definitely improvement over the American gummies, I think. I guess maybe the wine also has something to do because there's like port, sherry, and all that for the flavors. I don't know. It confuses me, but regardless, I do like them better than what we have down here. So now we're going to try something that very much confused me when I got these out of the box. These are Smarties. Now, we have Smarties down here in the States, but it seems to be a very different candy. These are candy-coated milk chocolate, while the Smarties that I'm aware of down here are basically like little sweet tarts that are in a roll. And it's usually the last thing you eat out of your Halloween candy. At least it was when I was a kid. So I'm kind of curious to see how the Canadian version lines up. I'm sensing a theme here that I'm actually really liking the Canadian candy compared to American candy. And alright, so they just look like giant M&Ms. They have the same kind of color consistency as, like, I don't know, Shock Tarts, the Wonka candy that I used to eat all the time when I was growing up. But let's see what we got here. Okay. So these were very interesting because when you normally eat an M&M, you taste the candy coating for like a split second and then you hit the chocolate and it's mostly chocolate. With these, it's like 50-50 candy coating and it's like 50-50 candy coating and chocolate. So you taste the candy coating just as much as you taste the chocolate for the entire time that you have it in your mouth, that's interesting. I'm gonna have to give these another taste. Yeah, that's really weird, but in a good way. The candy coating reminds me of the shells that you would get on the Cadbury eggs. Not the cream eggs, but the ones that had the little candy coating on the outside, and you'd horse those down. But I like those. Those are pretty good. Definitely better than the Sweet Tart Smarties. So Canada, as far as I'm concerned, you have the superior version of a candy called Smarties. So props to you. So now we go from Smarties to Crunchies, guys. This is a Cadbury Crunchy. A lot of Cadbury bars I'm noticing, which I have no qualms with. I love Cadbury's. They don't have a whole lot of products in this area of the country for whatever reason. You can find dairy milk and some versions of the dairy milk in like supermarkets, but other than that, that's pretty much it. So I have heard of the Crunchy before. OSW Review, which is a wrestling podcast I listen to, they mention the Crunchy a lot, that a lot of wrestlers apparently have garb very similar to this color scheme. So I'm curious to see what it is all about. Let's go ahead and open it up. And what I'm seeing here, this looks very similar to a bar that we have down here called a Whatchamacallit. And Whatchamacallit is probably in my top 5 candy bars of all time, so setting the bar kind of high. Let's see what we got here. Whoa! Alright, well, that was not what I was expecting because that just snapped off. It tastes like caramel, but it has the same consistency as like honeycomb cereal. I guess, because you can, I don't know if you can hear this, but it's like, that's really cool. I like that. And it does exactly what it says on the packaging. This is the crunchiest bar I have ever eaten in my entire life, and it has no peanuts or any kind of, you know, Rice Krispie or anything like that. It is just this weird kind of cereal, I guess, inside. That's cool. I like that a lot. All right, Kath, you are batting 1,000 right now. Let's see if we can keep up the combo. Now we're moving on to something a little bit different than a candy bar. This is the Decadent chocolate chip cookie. I don't know why I said it like that. That just seemed like a voice to say that word with, the Decadent. But I guess this may be the Canadian version of Chips Ahoy, because that's pretty much what we have down here. We have Chips Ahoy and I forgot the brand, Keebler. Yeah, Keebler and Chips Ahoy are what we have. So it kind of looks like your normal chocolate chip cookie. Let's see what is in the taste though. So these things have the consistency of a Sandy, which is those really kind of coarse cookies that a lot of people like, but it has the same taste as one of the Chips Ahoy cookies, so that's kind of a really interesting combination. I think I may like the Chips Ahoy a little bit more because I have to be in a really particular mood to eat the Sandy cookies. They also would sell these kind of cookies at like grocery stores and like their bakeries, the kind that when you eat it, like it kind of dissolves into sand as you're chewing it. But I do like that. I just have to be in a mood for it. I think I like the original Chips Ahoy, but compared to most store brand chocolate chip cookies I've had in my life, this is definitely in the top 3. So yeah, the Decadent is quite decadent. I don't know how much more sugar I can take, guys, but I'm going to give it a try, damn it. So we've got 6 more treats to try, and I figure we would move on to Macintoshes. And this looks like fancy packaging. Creamy toffee. So I don't know if I've eaten a whole lot of toffee in my life, but I'm curious to see. It's got a nice plaid kind of reminds me of a kilt. So let's see what this toffee tastes like. I had a comment from a friend of mine named Tinker who said that someone must definitely like me for sending me Macintoshes. So here's to you, Kath. Let's see if this works. Oh, it's chewy. Okay, that's the kind of thing that can stuck in your teeth really easy. It's good. It actually reminds me of a hard caramel or caramel, depending on how you pronounce it, version of a Werther's Original. I used to eat Werther's Originals all the time. They have a very similar taste, but that's what I'm getting to see in this. I'm seeing that a lot of the Canadian food tastes very similar, but just has a different consistency that I seem to like more than the normal. And this is another case of it because I would horse down an entire bag of these. Because, and I know a lot of people consider, I guess, toffee and licorice and stuff to be old people sweets, but if that's the case, then I guess I'm officially old. Next up may be another one that I've had before. It could be just under different packaging, and that is a Caramilk. It's another Cadbury candy, so I'm looking forward to it. Cadbury chocolate is top chocolate. And I think I may have had that. We have Caramello here in the States, so I think this just may be a Canadian version of a Caramello. They also have Dairy Milk Caramel, which is pretty much the exact same thing. But here it is, the standard awesome square. And we will go ahead and break off one of those squares, and we will see if I'm correct in this. And I was right. So this is essentially just a Caramello, I'm thinking. The caramel does taste slightly different, but I think it's the same. It's definitely a close cousin, if there is any difference. So love Caramello, love Cadbury, thumbs up to this one for sure. So this next one may be a little bit interesting because it's a familiar formula, but it's a different type of chocolate. This is a Cadbury Crispy Crunch, from which Kath told me is their Butterfinger. But I couldn't really think of a Butterfinger with Cadbury chocolate. So this is definitely going to be interesting. It looks like a piece is broken off here. And yes, it does look exactly like a Butterfinger, except it looks like it has kind of a, I'm going to put this up to the camera. I don't know if you guys can see, but it has kind of a mantle before it actually hits the chocolate. There's like a layer of something and then the kind of brittle stuff that you would associate with a Butterfinger. So let's go ahead and give this one a shot. Like I said, the Cadbury chocolate, I'm not sure if this is actually going to work. So when it comes to these, I have to say I do like Butterfingers a little bit better because the chocolate with the Butterfinger is a bit sweeter. The Cadbury kind of fades away once you start getting into the peanut butter part of it. It's just kind of there, just very, very slight in the background. While the Butterfinger, you can still taste the chocolate like all the way through. Yeah, it does not work for me. I can see the people who like the peanut butter part of a Butterfinger like more so than anything else. They would probably love these. But I think I like Butterfinger a little bit more. These are still good though. Not taking anything away from them, but I guess it just depends if you're a chocolate kind of person or a peanut butter type of person. So yeah, good stuff though. So we got 3 more and I'm still kicking, guys. Let's go. This is a Nestle Aero. Now this is a complete chocolate bar. This is a full chocolate bar. The only gimmick is it has those airy kind of holes in the middle of it, and I'm not sure what purpose that serves. That didn't really bug me. The thing that intrigues me about this is just a plain bar of Nestle chocolate other than the holes. And when I was a kid, I remember they did have Nestle bars for a very brief time, and then they just kind of completely disappeared, and then you had the Nestle Crunch. So I'm kind of curious what a bar of just plain Nestle chocolate tastes like, because I don't remember ever getting the old school Nestle bar. And this is done in the kind of rounded square. Let's break that off. And yep, there you go. There's the holes that you see inside. I guess maybe it accentuates the taste of the chocolate. I'm not sure. All right, you know what this tastes like? This tastes like a different consistency and a different shape of a Three Musketeers bar. It's just without that kind of soft nougat inside. This soft kind of chocolate with the holes in it. The second that I bit into it, I thought it tasted exactly like a Three Musketeer. So actually, in terms of consistency and the way that it's built, I actually like this more than a Three Musketeer. I don't think it's nearly as healthy as they claim a Three Musketeers is. Actually, it probably is. I don't know, compared to other candy. So props to Nestle for the Aero bar. If only you guys weren't terrible in every other aspect of your business other than candy, you would definitely get some top marks from me. But this is something at least. So I am a big fan of coffee, guys. I used to drink coffee all the time, not nearly as much as I used to. But I saw this on a facts video on YouTube of Irish people trying Canadian treats. And when I saw this, a coffee crisp, I really wanted to try it. It was described as a big dirty Kit Kat, and I love Kit Kats. If it's not just completely obvious, you guys need to know that I love candy. So yeah, this is just a big, huge hunk of chocolate. And apparently it's got wafer in it like a Kit Kat, but it's got kind of a coffee flavoring. So let's see. Oh yeah, that's good. The coffee flavoring is very subtle. It's actually more subtle than I thought it would be. But yeah, it is just a huge Kit Kat with a lot of wafer in it, and the wafer just has that slight tang of coffee which goes along with the chocolate really well. It almost has kind of a cappuccino taste to it, or a mocha shot or something like that. So yeah, that is just as good as I expected it to be. So I'm really glad I finally got to try a coffee crisp. I am pleased. Alright guys, this is the very last treat that was available in the care package, and this is the one that I really wanted to try ever since I saw it in another Canadian treat tasting video. We are about to try a Mr. Maple cookie. If you can see, these are essentially EL fudge, like the Keebler EL fudge cookies, but the center, the cream, is actually maple. And I love things that are maple flavored, so I cannot wait to try this. I really should have a glass of milk or something to go along, but I don't have one. So let's just go ahead and dive in. Ah, it's like a crunchy pancake. That is really good. You would think in a lot of the cookies that I've eaten that have the vanilla for the actual cookie itself, it tends to clash with the cream inside. But yeah, this maple syrup cream along with the cookie, that is just, oh, that's so good. That is everything that I hoped it would be. I could horse through an entire box of these. And you see on the other side, you have the nutrition facts on either side in both English and French. And you got the French version right here. So, edible. I guess that's how it's pronounced. It probably isn't. But, yeah. Very good. And it's made in a peanut-free facility, so people with allergies can enjoy it too. So that's pretty slick. Okay, so I'm going to be on a sugar high for the foreseeable future. I have a lot of candy to horse through. I'm probably going to get the roommates to assist me in this undertaking, otherwise I'm probably going to lose a foot or something like that. I mean, it's going to be quite a very sweet mountain to climb, but I am willing to climb it, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. And I also definitely want to thank writer Kath again for sending me this care package. Canadian treats are awesome, and hopefully here soon I'll be able to return the favor and send you a box of stuff from here in the Southwest that I think you might like as well. So I hope you look forward to that here down the line. It is the holiday season after all, kind of kicking off with Thanksgiving as far as I'm concerned. So if you guys liked the video, please leave a like down below, leave a comment, subscribe, you guys know the drill there. Down in the description I have links to other blarg videos that have me trying and unboxing and trying different foods if you guys like this, and yeah, we will see you guys in the next video. Later days, everyone.